Hi, this is Polk Payton, and I'm here with my blog number 22. I think I'm going to call this blog Independence. The reason that I'm going to call it Independence is because oh, my head is itching. I just got my hair washed today. But anyway, the reason that I'm going to call it Independence is because I started having car problems this week. And if you think back to one of my blogs, I think it was maybe blog number 13 or 14, I was talking about the 10 times when I miss having a man the most. And that was, one of the times that I listed is when I have car problems. Because, it's just like at night, if something happens to your car at night and you're a single woman, you can't call somebody else's husband in the middle of the night and tell them something wrong with your car. You have to wait until morning. So what happened, that my car started acting up like in the evening time. And so I set an alarm in my phone to call him the next morning to tell him that my car was acting up and ask him if he could come and get to it before I leave town on Thursday. So anyway, so I had all that set up. And then one of my friends, he asked me why didn't I tell him that something was wrong with my car. And I told him, I don't tell people my problems. I just deal with my problems. My father died 2 weeks before I graduated from law school in 1996. And my mother died 17 months later in 1997 when I was 2 months pregnant with my son. So it's just like I've been without parents for that long. And, I've been divorced for 7 years. And so since 2007 I've been divorced, and so I'm just used to doing things on my own. And it made me think back to when I was engaged to my son's father, and we had gotten back to my apartment and we had groceries in the car. And so I started grabbing all the bags, and grabbing them up, and so I was used to, when I was in grad school in New Orleans at UNO, and when I was in law school at Ole Miss, my apartment was on the 3rd floor in New Orleans, and it was on the 2nd floor in Oxford at Ole Miss. And so I was used to just slanging my backpack on my shoulder, grabbing all the bags that I could, because my apartments were on the top floors, and I didn't want to have to come back down and make several trips. So I would just grab up as much as I can. So he looked at me and he was like, can you let me get those, please? And I was like, oh, I'm sorry. And I just put them down and grabbed my purse and went on upstairs to my apartment. And so and it took me a while to get used to asking him to do things for me. I mean, even when we were married, it took some time for me to get used to telling him what I needed, like I want this, I want that. And I mean, but guys, this is like a PSA for you, to tell you, don't judge women harshly just because we don't ask for help from you. When you are new in our lives, we're just not used to that. We're used to handling things on our own. We're used to picking our kids up from school ourselves. We're used to calling somebody to fix our car, calling somebody to mow our lawn. We're just used to taking care of it ourselves. And like I told the guy, I said, I don't tell people my problems. I just deal with it one way or the other. Either I will do everything I can to resolve the issue, and if I can't resolve that issue, then I leave it alone until there's something that I can do about it. So anyway, I thought I heard somebody come in my house. Anyway, I don't have my pistol with me. Anyway, maybe it's Kobe. But so anyway, I'm just not used to that. I'm used to doing things on my own. And so but it just drove that point home, because like, he's not my boyfriend. It's just like, I have male friends, and I guess if it was back in the day, we would call them suitors. That's what we call people who you're getting to know, and you're talking to, and but you don't have an established relationship. You don't have titles. I'm not his girlfriend. I'm not anybody's girlfriend at this point in my life, but I do have male friends, and this is the part about getting to know somebody that I hate the most, because it's like, I'm so busy. I don't have time to play the dating game. I don't have time to guess and wonder about where I stand in somebody else's life. So I usually just turn around and go home, because I can stand in my own house and I don't have to wonder about anything, because this is my house. So it's kind of like a safety zone. It's a place where I can't get hurt. And so that's something that I'm working on. That's just something that I got to deal with. Just charge it to a broken heart. you know, like when you touch something hot and you burn your fingers, you know, you're reluctant to touch something hot again. You know, it's just like a child when they touch something that they shouldn't touch, and you pop their hand, it's like they're going to be reluctant the next time they get ready to touch that. And I mean, you know, it's like I don't have any unresolved feelings for the person that I was in a relationship with, and the person that broke my heart. You know, that's all said and done. You know, I'm fine and I'm free. My heart is free to love somebody else, but it's just like I still like my safety zone, because I know nobody can hurt me here. It's like I'm reluctant to step on foreign soil, because, you know, it's like I'm sure of my footing over here on my homeland. My homeland security is sure and it's set, but then on your property, I don't know, you know, whether or not there's a sprinkler system over there that I might step on. It may be a mole hole or a rabbit hole or something that I might step in. I don't know. It might be a dog in your yard that I don't know anything about that might come and bite me in the butt. So it's like, as long as I'm in my own yard and I'm in my own comfort zone, my own safety zone, then I'm fine. But, you know, when I have to step into somebody else's arena, you know, it's just like I'm very careful. I take very, very careful steps, like an antelope on a steep ravine. I take very, 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 very careful steps. So but I just hate this part. I hate this part of it. It's just like I wish I could go from meeting somebody and I had like an angel that will come and tell me, okay, Gay, this is the one that you can have a special relationship with him. He's good, you know, he ain't gonna do nothing stupid, you know, just he's a good guy, you know, and then we can just go on and jump and be in a relationship and just call it a day, and nobody else, you know, I don't have to go through the screening process and, you know, ask a million questions and try to find out whether or not he's someone who would have my best interests at heart. Because I mean, these are important questions, and the preliminary stages are very, very important. You can't skip that part, because, you know, it seems like nowadays there is no middle ground between meeting and hitting the sheets. You know, it's just like you go straight from here to there, and it's like you don't even know at that point whether or not you're on the same page with this guy. You don't even know if y'all are reading the same book. The book you're reading may end with "and they lived happily ever after," but the book he's reading may end with "and he got up before the sun and he never looked back." So you just have to be very, very careful, men and women, when you're getting to know somebody, and you have to ask questions. I mean, you have to ask difficult questions, questions that may end up hurting your feelings, because you would rather your feelings be hurt in the beginning, because you asked the difficult questions of the person that you were getting to know. You rather your feelings be hurt in the beginning rather than your feelings to be hurt somewhere down the line after you have really, really formed an important and life altering bond with that person. So anyway, so the gist of this PSA, because it's not going to be long, I haven't packed a thing. So I got to pack for 3 trips and, you know, be ready to change out suitcases and do all that. So I have to get my clothes and stuff organized so that I can do all that. So this is not going to be a long PSA tonight because I don't have a lot of time. But I did want to make sure that I gave you my blog for Wednesday. And like I said, this is blog number 22. It's on independence. And I'm looking for, oh, here it is. Here is a copy of my book. This subject matter is not in my book, not in this book. This book is number 1 in a trilogy of public service announcements. So it's going to be a 3-book series, and this is the first book in the series. This is me on the cover. My name is Polk Payton. You can get all the information from YouTube at the bottom. If you just click on the link at the bottom under the information, under the video, you'll be able to find information about how you can purchase this book on Amazon for or Barnes & Nobles for your iPad, your Nook, or your Kindle, and or how you can just get it sent to you via PayPal. My email address is this has been a public service announcement at Comcast.net, and you can email me and I will mail you a signed copy if you want a signed copy of the book. So I got a lot of book signings going on this weekend. I got some television appearances. I'm so excited. I'm a presenter at a youth singles conference, and I'm just excited about my weekend. And then I'm going to New York next weekend, so I'm just really, really excited about the things that are going on right now. In August, I will be starting an internet radio show, so people who don't live in Hattiesburg, because my radio show is local right now. It's very localized, so if you're out of town, you can't listen to it. But next month, I'm going to start doing my radio show in segments every week, once a week, on my internet radio station so that you'll be able to listen to me talk about my public service announcements. I know that there are people on my Facebook page that watch my blogs, and I really appreciate you guys for watching my blogs. And now you'll be able to listen to the radio show. You'll even be able to call in and talk to me, and we can discuss issues that are touched upon in my public service announcements. And like I've told you before, my public service announcements are divided into 7 categories. I have general public service announcements, relationship PSAs, PSAs for men, PSAs for women, fitness PSAs, single parenting PSAs, and religious PSAs. So I have 7 different categories of public service announcements, and I know that this is a book that you would really, really enjoy. I've gotten very good feedback from men, women, older women, older men. I've gotten very, very good feedback. So my book has something in it for everybody. So, pick up your copy. It's only $10 to download it for your Nook, your Kindle, or your iPad, or if you want a hard copy, you will pay, sometimes Amazon will have them on sale for like $12.50, but they're $15 plus shipping and handling, and shipping and handling is usually no more than about $4 or $5. So it's not that much. It's under $20. You can have this book in your hand, and I will even sign it for you if you email me at thishaspeenapublicserviceannouncement@comcast.net. So I hope that you guys have a wonderful, wonderful weekend. I will probably be doing a remote recording Sunday, because I'll probably be somewhere else, but I will make sure that I get your blog in on Sunday, and I will get your blog in on next Wednesday on whichever subject comes up. It's just like things just come up.